My name's Dyan Berk, and I was born in Chicago, Illinois in 1949. I came here as an adult for the first time. I actually saw an article in the New York Times. I was living on Long Island, and it reminded me that this was an artist's island, and this was way back. It was in 1975. I kind of put this article away for about 4 or 5 years, and then I finally had the opportunity to come. And I came by myself with my paints and discovered Monhegan, and just kept coming back and coming back and coming back. It was just, I think, the beauty of the island that attracted us at that time. And I was a landscape painter then. I used to paint plein air paintings and have since switched gears. Well, I think what I notice most here is, I always call it the big quiet. It's got a big quiet that you don't find anywhere else. And for me, that's really important. I like to kind of go to a quiet place to tap into my creative source. So that's real important to me. I actually have a really hard time describing my artwork, but it's really about play, curiosity, being open to what's going on right there at that moment. I work really intuitively. I don't plan out before I start. I feel like I'm kind of at the point where I'm putting together years and years and years of work in a new way. Well, when I start a piece these days, I have already kind of accumulated all sorts of different pieces that I'm going to start with. So I'm not exactly starting with a blank page, but I do have to figure out how all these pieces are going to kind of live together. And these pieces that I have been developed through the years. I feel, again, they're kind of my vocabulary that have been expressed in different media and different forms. So I kind of feel like I start with just a whole lot of pieces. And I spend a lot of time actually just playing with them. I often sit on the floor with them. I take out a big piece of paper and sit on the floor, and then there's a lot of moving that goes on. I just keep moving things around and moving things around, and until I feel that it's working. It's got the energy that I want. It has some kind of dialogue going in there that I sense, but I really don't want to completely say it. I kind of want to leave it open for the viewer to see what and how they're going to get involved with it. So I try and just kind of keep it alive, and the hardest thing is probably to know when to stop, but eventually I do. I do eventually get a sense of that this is it. And again, I kind of follow the work. I really feel strongly that I'm not in charge of what's going on. If I'm really, right there with the work and not distracted, but really listening to it, it is really going to tell me what to do. So it kind of keeps organically growing into something, and then I kind of say, okay, I feel like it's done. It's a real, for me, it's a real playful way to work, and it's an exploration.